Ty Plays Games here, coming to you with another video of Fallout 4 after my 4-day absence. I finally finished painting my mom's room, so now I'm back at her. But I did play some Fallout 4 in the background, and I thought I would make this area a little more interesting. So I added a couple train cars. I added 2 to be exact, and I actually got them to lock. It's freaking cool how I managed to get that right. I wanted to do this one kind of partially inserted into this, like it was sitting here, and the tunnel climbed down on it. Also got the box car with some crates and stuff in there. I added some busted scaffolding, like they were hauling scaffolding down and it fell off when the bombs dropped. I also boarded up the room. Well, yeah, I've already shown you that room. But I also added this. I don't know what's going on with Preston. So, knowing the vault, it likely would have had different stations for the construction workers to sleep, to have like their lunch break at and just kind of chill out and whatnot. So I thought it would add a little break area and a little workstation here, and this is the east sector station. I also have the train car kind of stopped here, like they were unloading it, getting crates, you know, and supplies to head down to the water pump station. And they use this one here to help carry supplies between the water pump station and up here, which is now blocked off. Also, every station should have a blueprint of Vault 88. And I never even thought of that. Look at that. Overseer's eyes only. Yeah, believe it or not, I looked it up. The overseer. What are you doing, mister? Oh yeah, I also adopted another cat. Well, he was a stray. We took him in off the streets and now he's with us. He's gonna get fixed, get neutered, and at the vet, but we cleaned him up. He has no fleas, no tapeworms, no hookworms, nothing of any kind. It could pose a health risk for him, but he's very hyperactive, so he's still a kitten, but his name's Hank. He's a male black cat, because I like black cats. And my mom still to this day is like, how the hell did you manage to get a male black cat? Anyways, yeah, I thought it'd make it look a little more interesting, kind of have like a table buried in here, like when this was all completely flat, guys would come here and eat their lunch. And really, Preston? Guys would come here, eat their lunch, and kind of chill out before they went back to work. There was some fencing here, but it got destroyed. Some bench shelving. You know, just like I got some random supplies on this train car that were getting transferred down to this section that are supposed to go to the water pump station. And yes, he has this little toy mouse. He's just tossing it around. He's just going nuts. He does this every time, every night, and then he goes to sleep. But I think it's because he's active during the night when he was a stray. So, and this cat, we didn't get him through a rescue. We just picked him up off the street. So, my mom wants to call him Hank. I told my mom we should call him Maximus. You know, like Maximus from Fallout 3 or from Fallout show. But she wants to stick with Hank. I think Maximus is a better name for him. Oh yeah, I also added... I made this shorter, because remember this was big. And I added some power lines, and I kind of boarded it up. Like the guy no longer lives here and the place is abandoned now. And I also boarded up the vault window. So you cannot see into here anymore, because after his disappearance from the unknown cave phantom, let's call it the cave phantom, they completely blocked the door off. But I'll show you what I did. So I'm going to decorate the reactor level station, because there's two stations. This is the water pump station. This is like the bottom of the barrel type of work. So you do have to enter the door. Here, we'll make it a little more immersive. As soon as you enter, come into a Nuka-Cola machine, you know, because every workspace should be equipped with a pop machine. Then you got your kitchen, and of course I wanted to do the new kitchen because I thought the new kitchen looked better. Then you got a nice little eating area because you can't technically leave this area. You have to stay here all day. Got a radio. Not turn that on too long or I'll get demonetized for that. Even though I'm not even monetized. Get demonetized from monetized. But we got a nice little eating area. We got a mop bucket pail so they can clean the floors. I also used a mod that gives you floors that snap to the vault pieces. But this is where the door is that leads you out into the tunnels. Now, by order of the Overseer, after the disappearance of the Water Watcher, I'm going to use that. So, sorry you can't remember your name, but I really appreciate the name. So, from now on, we're going to call him the Water Watcher. Here, I'll go on my phone and I'll see what the name of this person that commented on here. And he's a playful little kitty. I'm just going on my phone here. At BDog9169 Water Watchman. So at BDog9169, you get the credit for picking the name. And I like your idea of it being a ghoul or Deathclaw. But I really appreciate that. So that's what we're going to call this person, the Water Watchman. So shout out to you at BDog9169 for saying that down in the comments. Anyways, ever since the disappearance of the Water Watchman, the Overseer had to order the door be boarded up and the window has a flag put over it. But as you come into here, this is like the main work area. So we got some desks. There's about 4 people that work down here, occasionally 5. But the 5th person is usually moving around, checking everything. We got 2 windows overlooking the water pump. Make sure it's functioning right. But this is the guy who's in charge of the pump station. He gets the large desk. He or she gets the large desk. And you got these 2 desks, which are for just regular workers, including this desk. He's also got a phone, and his phone is connected directly to the Overseer and the more important people of the vault. So in case of an emergency, if there's a power failure, we have the good old ham radio here, where we can contact without the use of power. Those things run on their own battery, but that's in case of vault power failure or reactor power failure. But they got a nice little kitchenette. They got a nice little room, little office area with a massive amount of control panels to keep everything in check. But these are the people that keep the heart of the vault going. Well, I don't know if you'd say the water's the heart, more like the arteries. Then you come up here and you can see I got lights up in here. I also got doors, but I added some lights. You come up here, again you can overlook the water pump from in here. And you come into here, the main room, where it's just kind of full of random computer equipment. Now, in the event of a... Man, you really like that mouse, buddy. You're just tossing that thing around, it's squealing. You'd be a good hunter, that cat, probably. A good mouse hunter. Anyways, in event of an emergency, these rooms are designed to seal, because this room right here will stop the radiation from trying to gain access to the rest of the vault. Since we don't know what this is, it looks like something that filters the air. I'm assuming, and I'm just assuming, and I know the old saying, you assume something to look like an ass. I'm assuming. But we could say this stops the radiation. So between the reactor and the water pump room and rest of the vault, there's 2 of these rooms that are designed to seal the vault to protect the residents in case of a nuclear reactor meltdown, because that can happen. But anyways, you come down here again, you get a view of the tunnels. You come into our reactor room. Now I do have it lit, some radios, but I haven't decorated up there yet. So these 2 control panels, these are the main control, these are the 3rd control panels. There's going to be 3 control panels that control the reactor. These are designed to do a manual shutdown on the reactor and also to monitor all the levels. Then we got this reactor, which is also the same, has to be monitored. And it tells us all the information the vault dwellers need to use in case of an emergency. And we do have, again, another ham radio just in case we lose power. But just never know. Then we got, well, technically those would be the 1st control panels, or those would be the 3rd control panels. This one is the, we'll say this is the secondary control panel. This one is used for monitoring the health of the power of the vault, including the power consumption, and also helps monitor water consumption and everything else, since this is the heart of the vault and the pump house is like the veins.
About this place.
Was I asking your opinion, Preston? Where the hell are you? You're probably outside, I bet you. But again, in the event of an emergency of a reactor meltdown, the overseer orders the vault dwellers to head out to this vault door. And this vault door will take you to the northeast sector of the vault. Then you're ordered to go here and exit out the nearest outdoor exit. Other than that, this door is to remain closed and nobody comes near here. But that's an event of an emergency. If that door is made inaccessible and you can't get out the other way, your next available exit is the pump house. But if the pump house is blocked or sealed, you're screwed. You are screwed. I will just I'll just not sugarcoat it. You are screwed. You're trapped down here, and well, let's just say you won't be getting ghoulified by the thing going off. You're just gonna get vaporized by the amount of radiation that thing's gonna create. But that's pretty much what the overseer says. Likely, if you can't make it in an event of a reactor meltdown, then well, just pray, because we're not going to be able to help you either. The people who work the reactor in our vault have been told that. That in event of a reactor meltdown, we won't be saving you. Plus, the guy who's in charge of the reactor room is responsible for keeping the reactor as stable as possible in the event of a meltdown. So practically he's signing a waiver that he's signing his life away in event of a reactor meltdown, which likely doesn't always happen, but it can happen. To be careful, because what will happen is when the reactor just starts melting down, the vault door will close here, and the only way they'll be able to be accessed is through the... Oh my god, buddy. He's one thing I'll definitely say about this cat, he's very affectionate. He loves getting attention, like he's crawling on me right now. There he goes. Sorry, buddy, I'm trying to do a video, Mr. Dude. But anyways, in the event of a nuclear reactor meltdown, you're pretty much... Guy's pretty much giving his life away. Now, is it glamorous? Heck no. Is it required? Yes. Because likely, they're going to save... It's easier to save many lives than it is just to save one life. And sad as that sounds, that's just the reality of how the world works. Well, the vault works. Preston's not a big fan of that idea, but we told Preston, well, that's how it is. And I said, unless you're going to go and... Unless you're going to go fight in a reactor meltdown or go into the reactor yourself, just sip it. I really want to use this yellow linoleum, but most should just do the security linoleum. Technically, this would actually be asbestos tiles, but it's just the floor tiles in the workshop rearranged, and it does clip into these nice. Because realistically, your vault would likely have this type of stuff in it. It doesn't clip, though, into the hallways, which is fine. But I think clipping it into the rooms does give it a nicer feel. So I think the first thing to start with is the kitchen. Now, there's a funny story about the reactor workers and the regular workers that work down in the pump house. The reactor workers... Holy crap, buddy, calm down. This cat, man, I swear, he's like, holy crap, he's really active right now. But yeah, in a event of or the reactor people always make fun of the pump house people because they think, oh, you're not that important. You're just running a pump house in the middle of a vault. Realizing that everybody here is important, but apparently those people in the reactor room seem to think people in the pump house are useless employees, and we should really... And we told them we need to quit acting like that because everybody has a purpose in this vault. And we need to respect each other because at the end of the day, we're all working here as a team. And apparently the reactor room, or the people in charge of the reactor room, treat the people in the other part of the vault like they're lesser than them, and we can't be doing that. And yes, I'm going to use new kitchen pieces because I never get to use them, and I frickin' love them. There we go. But yeah, they kind of treat the other people like they're lesser than them, and you know, we really can't have that. But I don't know. The Soul Survivors had to talk to these people for a while, and these people, the reactor people, seem to still think they're above everybody else. But you know, we're all on the same team here. That's just how it is. But that just seems to be the norm in this place. Oh, you work in the pump house? Oh, you frickin' loser. Wasting your way in that useless thing. In that useless place. But yeah, they like to talk down. And again, we don't really like that, but it's kind of hard to fight it or combat it when the guy in charge of the place is not any better than the people he has working for him. He also likes a very clean workplace. He doesn't like it to be dirty or any scuffing or any sort of mess. That's his one rule here. Because we need to keep things clean. And he's also very big on the vault. Like super big. He's a big vault guy person. He really loves the vault. And that's one thing Nate respects him for, is his, and same with the Overseer, is his love for keeping the vault safe. This is the main console that controls the reactor. And again, the one thing we commend this guy for is that he does give a shit about the reactor. So, which we kind of need. You don't want somebody who just thinks it's a joke and doesn't take it seriously. It is a very serious job. You know, you're toying with people's lives here. This reactor would literally kill somebody if you're not careful. And we remind everybody here that works in the vault that we need to work together as a team. We need to keep the vault functioning. You know, I was originally thinking of doing Chernobyl, or not Chernobyl, I don't even know why I brought that up. Well, technically it would be similar to Chernobyl, but a nuclear power plant style console setup, but it would require a larger area, which wouldn't really work for our vault. But it would have been very similar to the Chernobyl setup. But I didn't want to do it that way because it would just take up a lot of space. Because you'd have to build like a massive console system where everybody monitors the vault. But we got a massive console here. This is the main console. This is the console for the whole entire control of the vault. And the guy tasked for keeping an eye on this console literally has the vault dwellers in his hands. It's a very powerful, very important job. I wonder if the vault desk would fit in here. Probably not, but Never know. Yeah, I wouldn't. Add a nice little clock here. Put this nice fancy Edotronic in here. I don't know, I want to do a Halloween. I can't wait till Halloween because I got like a large plan for that. But yeah, I just don't want to overdo it because this guy's kind of like minimalist who runs this section of the vault. And he likes things to be neat and tidy. Including his equipment, he likes it being neat and tidy and not run down too much. Actually, I just thought of an idea for the lesser group of people in this game, or in this reactor section. They don't get Nuka-Cola, they get something worse. They get something less than Nuka-Cola. Liam. If you want Nuka-Cola, you gotta go work in the main reactor, and the only way you get in the main reactor is if you get approved to work the main reactor. The main reactor is a big part of the vault, and it's an important part of the people here. some terminals down here. You know, because this guy's in charge of the reactor, he gets like the nice fancy desk. Really want somewhere to put the lockers, but the lockers kind of have to be in here. There we go. Some office chairs down here. And there has to be people down here just monitoring these panels as well. So how the hierarchy works is you got the two main reactor workers that monitor the reactors through these panels. And you head up here. This is their supervisor. He makes sure he relays the information from these guys to this guy who's in charge of these reactors. Plus he has an assistant that helps him watch the control boards, which goes to reactor lead supervisor, head supervisor. This guy's the assistant, and this guy's the foreman, I guess, or the guy in charge of the reactor room. Or girl, because you know it can be either or, but But no matter what, the information has to be relayed to this guy, the supervisor. If not, there's consequences, because the supervisor needs to know at all times what's going on in the vault, because he has to contact the overseer of a known issue. And failing to talk to the receiver will not only lead you out of a job, but could also lead you out of being thrown out of the vault. Because at the end of the day, everybody has a job in the vault, including the vault dwellers. This couch is for the people when they're getting changed out of their outfits. That there. Now we're going to go to my all-time favorite mod, Creative Clutter. And we're going to add a couple cluttery things to make it a little more realistic. Like some paperwork on this desk. This guy was in the middle of doing paperwork. and he's just kind of overwhelmed. That's the book on how to work the reactor. Put some of this random clutter down here. Like, this is the reactor room. It should have a workstation. Even just like a kitchen. And because he likes a nice clean work area, again, he wants a nice clean kitchen or nice clean looking cabinets. I had him on another workstation here. This is like the maintenance guy that just specializes in the reactor functioning. Or reactor functions. That's all he does, is he looks after the reactor functions. But anytime he has an issue, he's there. Anytime there's an issue with the reactor, he'll be there. He's the man who's in charge of the reactor. And he also takes on other work jobs in the vault. Make sure the vault's still functioning and it's not melting down or gonna kill somebody. He said he always loves the sound of the reactors humming away. Feels right at home. Well, one of his rules is no smoking around him. One of those out like he's fixing it. Because if he isn't watching a reactor, he's doing other jobs for other people. Pretty much, does anybody watch Futurama and know Scruffy? That's pretty much what he is. He's pretty much like the Scruffy of the vault. He's the one who keeps the vault functioning. Some cones around here like this reactor's getting looked at. Like a bit of junk in here. But this is where the diagnostic machine goes. He's in here. Even though he's not really authorized to be using it for that. Let's call him Scruffy. Let's just name him Scruffy after Scruffy from Futurama. He doesn't really care. But Scruffy's kind of like the maintenance guy in 88. He's the one who keeps everything in the vault running and functioning. And keeps everything in check. Now, some people believe Scruffy is the Water Watcher, but some people don't believe it either, but you never know. Oh yeah, that's probably one thing our vault needs is fire extinguishers. But he does have quite the collection of books, and those books contain all the stuff about the vault. put some storage in here. Oh, that's beautiful. Now, I really don't know what to put in that area, but we just bought like some crates back here or whatnot. I guess some radioactive barrels would make sense being right near a reactor. There, I'm kind of stumped on what I want to do, but I don't want to overdo it in here, just in case. But there we go. The reactor room is decorated. They're looking pretty good. So I'll shut up and give you the tour. But before we do that, we got to install a door on here. And some lights. Alright, here's the tour of the reactor level. So let me know what you think down below of the reactor level and how I decorated it. I'll probably add a few more touches to the main reactor office. But other than that, really appreciate you watching this video, and I really appreciate you still staying with me even though I was absent for 4 days. Also, it is Canada Day right now in Canada, so happy Canada Day to all my viewers. Whether you're Canadian, American, European, wherever you are in the world. Happy Canada Day. Other than that, I will see you in the next video. And, before I forget, and you're not obligated to, I'd really appreciate if you liked and subscribed and hit that little bell notification so you know when another video drops. I'll see you in the next video. Bye now.